Monday morning. We got sunshine for a little while. Calling for another rainy week, but who knows what it'll do. The wind's already starting to blow like it has the last 2 or 3 days. It's crazy horses out here in this pasture. Gotta watch them. Things are ornery. We got a few logs here. We're back on the little cable skidder trying to get finished up here on the north side. So I know we bounce around a lot. We do, and I hate it too. I hate bouncing around. We need to try to get finished up here on the north side around the office here. The office is right behind me. We need to try to get finished up here so we can get this cable moved over on the south side. Get over there. Try to, of course, we'll have to pull several trees. Try to, get back, keep up with the other 2 skidders, the grapples. So I guess let's hop to it and see if we can get something done. Piling went pretty quick, really. Got this kind of slicked up out in here. I don't know, there were 7 or 8 tree tops out here in this. This is just a little bitty fenced in area. I mean, it can't be more than 2 acres in here, I wouldn't think. Maybe 2.5, but there's a stump right there. We took all these tree tops and we cut them up pretty good. They pile better when you cut them up, so we cut them up. Of course, had some trees to maneuver around, and I got a few little straggler limbs I gotta probably just pick up by hand and put in here, but it piled up pretty good. Good little open area right here. That way they can burn it. It's not gonna, shouldn't really scorch any of these other trees, I wouldn't think. It's a good little open area, like I said, but it piled up pretty good. Nice and tight there. Good and tight for burning. See, here's a prong we cut off this walnut tree here. We just cut this one side off. It was a good log, and that other side could be cut, but we're gonna let her grow. It'll excuse me, that'll be a good tree in years to come. So we'll get that done. We'll get back after it. Got a few big ones here along the highway we gotta pull. The highway's actually just to the left of us here to the south, but there's some out there too. That's a dirt road there behind us, but we gotta keep them back this way. Pull them down here, then we'll pile these tops up. These are pretty good trees down here. There's some big ones. Of course, you kind of look around. There's a little ditch that runs down through there. And there's some more of these others out here cut. Now the highway is just right out there, as you see. Kind of see it there in the distance. So we'll get this one pulled over and get them pushed up. Here it goes. She's rocking and a popping. Hard as this wind's blowing out of the west, I don't think we even need to pull them today. There it comes. Pretty big trees. There in front of us is a real big one. We're just going to bring the apprentice over here, and we'll grab those things, tree top and all, then we'll drag them down here in the draw and cut the log out and pile them, rather than me trying to mess around and tear a lot of grass up with this cable skidder, push the top. Walnut trees are starting to leave out. I always hate to see it when the trees get leaves on them. Really makes things hard to see in the timber. We're back over here at the south side feedlot of the ranch here. We've got like just a little bit to finish up right here if we wanted to get it done, which I hate bouncing around. I do. Like, I absolutely, that is one of my pet peeves, is bouncing around, going from here to there, back to here, over to there, when we should have finished there and went to there and there. But unfortunately, I work with a couple gentlemen who don't see things that way. But we've got three trees to cut right here. We'll finish this little area up. So we're gonna jump on this little 540, and one of the trees is already cut. I drug it up the top and all with the apprentice up there on top of the hill. So we just need to cut the log out of it and push the top up. And there's another one down here on the creek that we went by once, didn't cut, but all of a sudden they decided they want to cut it. We should have cut it the first time, but we didn't cut it. Now we're gonna cut it. Yeah. But then we got one back over on the underside of the bluff by the creek. Kind of the same deal. We were right there by it. Should have cut it. Didn't cut it. Now we're going back to cut it. Backtracking is such a waste of time. It is a waste of time and money. And I just, like I said, it absolutely just bugs me to death. Bugs me to death. I gripe and complain every day, almost, it seems like. Because when I go to work, I try to think of a way to do things the quickest, fastest, and most efficient way. Because when you're backtracking, you're wasting time and money. You're already there. Why not do it while you're there? Like I said, I work with a couple gentlemen that don't see it that way. So we're going to get these finished up over here. That way we can move this bee onto another little spot. Then we'll probably, can't talk. Then we're probably going to take the apprentice, once again backtracking, we're going to take the apprentice over there where we were at this morning by the office. And we're gonna clean those few we cut there up. I think we got a handful more to cut there. Then that should be it over there, and we can focus all of our efforts over here on the south side. We'll have both grapple skidders over there where we were Saturday. We need the cable skidder because there's several trees, big trees, we're gonna have to pull away from these fences and away from the alleyways. So got to have that cable skidder, which I don't mind pulling trees when they're big like that. I mean, it's well worth it. So I'm starting to think of some questions I had from previous videos. My mind's a blank, I guess. I can't really think of any. But yeah, my mind's blank. So I guess we'll jump on here, fire that thing up. Dad, he's on his way right now. He's going to have the Ranger. That Ranger's pretty handy, man. When it comes to, when these jobs are so spread out like it is here, you know, over, you know, thousands of acres, and the trees are so spread out, that Ranger's handy, because instead of driving a truck or something out through these rough pastures, you can get around. That Ranger's quick. It's agile. It's nice. It's nice. Dad really likes it. It's good for Dad, you know. But I guess that's it for right now till we get up on the hill and start doing things. So I guess let's go do that. Man, you think this ain't some backwoods country here where we're at? I spent a lot of time as a kid crossing this ford. I say as a kid, I was just out of high school. That's what they call the Browns Ford. You're getting ready to see why they call it the Ford. Now this over here was a big track of walnut timber we cut. That was probably the first big track of walnut timber I ever had a part of cutting. It goes on both sides of the creek. And this is why they call it the Browns Ford, because you ford the creek right here. There ain't no bridge, no nothing. And I mean, it's not, now I've been down here before when, I mean, you couldn't possibly think. So it's right here to the running board on the Toyota, which, I mean, this thing ain't no monster truck, but, so, I mean, in the Ford, this creek, Cedar Creek here, it gets wild. I mean, it gets big. It gets all over this. I mean, way up in here on the other side here. I mean, I've seen it to where you can't even begin to imagine crossing that thing. Yeah, that job I was telling you about, that first big job, and I think we've cut this off 3 times now. I've only been a part of it twice. Now, my dad cut it years and years ago, but the second time he cut it, you know, we cut that first time back in, or the first time I cut it, it would be the second time Dad cut it, was back in 2004. And I think then we cut like 30-some thousand feet of walnut. And you know, walnut's always been an expensive wood, but back in 04, man, it ain't nothing like it is now. And then, you know, we cut it the last time, which was probably back in 10 or 11, 12, somewhere in there, whatever year it was. We cut another probably 20,000 feet then. Man, it's just been that's been a heck of a farm for growing timber. Of course, the ranch that goes all around it, the ranch is just swallowing up everything around here. Anytime something comes up for sale, the ranch just buys it. But it was a heck of a walnut grove at one time, and I was sure glad that we got to cut it, and got to cut it, you know, multiple times. It's I always appreciate people that always put their trust in us, you know, return clients. You know, we always try to do our absolute best for them, do everything we can to get in there and do the job right and leave things in a good shape, just because of things like that. You know, like I always talk about managing timber. Right there's a prime example. You know, you cut it, then you come back and you cut it, you come back and you cut it. You do things right. You know, you take care of the woods, it'll take care of you. That's no lie right there. That's no joke. So we're going on up here now. We're gonna run all 3 skidders today. We're going on up here now to the Prentice. We've got to move the Prentice back over there at the office, so I'm gonna run up here and try to get everything ready to go there, and we're gonna take it back over there to the office and hopefully get everything finished on the north side. Hopefully. A lot of running around, I know, trust me, I know. So yeah, there's where we're working. See, I've got some trees piled up in that pile, some treetops in that pile there. Of course, the Prentice is sitting right up there. You can kind of see it from here. It's a pretty good click over there, but big old place this is. Big farm, big ranch. What a long day. Headed in for the day. Of course, we'll be back at it tomorrow. We'll be in the Prentice probably most of the day tomorrow on the north side, finishing it up. Guys, thanks a lot for following the channel. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't. Excuse me. Yeah, my gosh. Yeah, be sure to subscribe if you haven't. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. I enjoy talking to you guys on the comment section. I did get a phone call just a little bit ago. We have a truck. New truck's here. It just got unloaded about 3:30, they said, at the lot, so probably try to go get it Wednesday. I'm busy tomorrow evening. I already had plans. I've got some business to attend to, so probably try to get that truck Wednesday. Thursday we'll go take a look at it, try to pick it up, get it home. Then I would say this weekend me and Brandon will be busy getting everything put on it so we can take it to work first thing Monday. So guys, thanks a lot. Catch you next time. See you.